Nicole Lowr, born December 14, 1898, died February 25, 1981. She was an American fashion designer and the first African American to become a noted fashion designer. Lowr's one-of-a-kind designs were a favorite among high society matrons from the 1920s to the 1960s. She was best known for her designing the ivory silk taffeta wedding dress worn by Jacqueline Bouvier when she married John F. Kennedy in 1953. Lowr's interest in fashion, sewing, and designing came from her mother, Janie, and grandmother, Georgia, both of whom worked as seamstresses for the first families of Montgomery and other members of high society. In 1917, Lowr and her son moved to New York City, where she enrolled at St. Taylor Design School. As the school was segregated, Lowr was required to attend classes in a room alone. After graduating in 1919, Lowr and her son moved to Tampa, Florida. The following year, she opened her first dress salon. The salon catered to members of high society and quickly became a success. Having saved $20,000 from her earnings, Lowr returned to New York City in 1928. For a time, she worked on commissions for stores such as Henry Bendel, Chez Sonia, Neiman Marcus, and Saks Fifth Avenue. In 1946, she designed the dress that Olivia de Havilland wore to accept the Academy Award for Best Actress for To Each His Own, although the name on the dress was Sonia Rosenberg. As she was not getting credit for her work, Lowr and her son opened a second salon, Ann Lowr's Gowns, in New York City on Lexington Avenue in 1950. Her one-of-a-kind designs made from the finest fabrics were an immediate success and attracted many wealthy high society clients. Design elements for which she was known included fine handwork, signature flowers, and trapunto technique. The Saturday Evening Post later called Lowr society's best-kept secret. Throughout her career, Lowr was known for being highly selective in choosing her clientele. She says, "I sew for the families of the social register." Over the course of her career, Lowr created designs for several generations of the Auchincloss, Rockefellers, Lodge, DuPont, Post, and Biddle families. In 1953, Janet Lee Auchincloss hired Lowr to design a wedding dress for her daughter, the future First Lady Jacqueline Bouvier, and the dresses for her bridal attendants for her September wedding to the then Senator John F. Kennedy. Auchincloss also chose Lowr to design her own wedding dress for her marriage to Hugh D. Auchincloss in 1942. Lowr's dress for Bouvier consists of 50 yards of Irish silk taffeta with interwoven bands around the bodice and similar tucking and large circular designs swept around the full skirt. The dress, which cost $500, approximately $5,000 today, was described in detail in the New York Times covering of the wedding. While the Bouvier-Kennedy wedding was a highly publicized event, Lowr did not receive public credit for her work. In 1968, she opened a new store, Ann Lowr Originals, on Madison Avenue. She retired in 1972. A collective of 5 of Ann Lowr's designs are held at the Metropolitan Museum of Art. 3 are in display on the Smithsonian Institute's National Museum of African American History and Culture and in Washington, D.C. Several others were included in an exhibition on Black fashion at the Museum of the Fashion Institute of Technology in Manhattan in December 2016. A child's book, Fancy Party Gowns, the story of Anne Cole Lowr, written by Deborah Blumenthal, was published in 2017. Ann Piper Hughley wrote a historical fiction novel about Lowr's life. Anne Cole Lowr.